How's it going, guys? I'm Shifty Cow, and it has been a very long time since our last commentary, and even longer since the last Battlefield video we've done. So I figured I'd come back, do a video on the new Battlefield 4 Legacy operation, since some people don't have it, and I figured I'd just kind of give my overall opinions and just some stuff that I think about this new DLC. So keep in mind that I played very limited amounts of Battlefield 3. I don't think I ever got to play on No Shar Canal's TDM, so this is pretty much a completely new map to me. And also Battlefield 2, I just didn't even touch that because I really didn't even know Battlefield existed back then. But anyways, so while I was playing this map, I pretty much stuck to 3 different game modes, and that was TDM, Rush, and Conquest. So first of all, I wanted to talk about Rush because this is the one that's gotten the most attention, and I really didn't play any No Shar Canal's TDM back in the day in Battlefield 3, so this was a completely fresh experience for me, and I have to say, it's a pretty enjoyable one. I usually don't really play TDM to warm up, I usually just hop right into Rush or Conquest, or whatever I feel like playing, but this actually is a really nice TDM match. You have some really long range areas that you can snipe from on top of the railroads, you have some awesome areas inside the crates for fast shooting assault rifles, shotguns, PDWs, and it's overall just kind of a map that caters to every playstyle. And while that can definitely get annoying, especially when you don't like getting, shotgunned or sniped, there's still a couple of problems that are kind of hard to overlook. So the first of all, the spawns. I'm not really sure if there's a better way to fix the spawns, or they just need to kind of lower the player count, because I did play on 32, 48, and 64 player servers, and on those higher player servers, you really got a lot of moments where you would spawn in, and you could literally be in line of sight of a sniper who was just sitting in their spawn, just because there was too many players for it to put you in a good spawning position. So that's something that doesn't really have to do with the actual map design, and I'm not really sure if expanding the map, how they actually stretch it out, if that really helped at all, or if that just kind of had to do with weapon balance or something like that. But that's something that can kind of be overlooked, because half of the spawns, or I guess most of the spawns, not half of them, but most of the spawns tend to be pretty good, and I did enjoy most of my time that was actually playing in there. So another thing I noticed is the mortars are pretty damn annoying. I'm not sure if this was a problem in Battlefield 3, but there is not much cover to kind of block aerial things that are trying to kill you. So mortars, maybe UCAVs, it might be a little small for that, but especially mortars can be very annoying because there's very few buildings to actually run into. It's very open and, crate based, so that can be kind of tough when you're trying to run around and then there's just a couple of people mortaring the crap out of your team. But anyways, another thing is just the size and how they stretched it out. It's kind of a weird map in that it kind of supports everything, which can be good and bad. Like, that's why it's so popular, is you can literally play with a sniper rifle one round and then a shotgun the next, and it just kind of works very well. But that can definitely get annoying when it feels like some areas just don't work quite as well as they should have. And maybe this is just kind of from everyone telling me that it's stretched and it doesn't feel the same, but it just kind of doesn't fit. So I can't really explain it very well, but that's what I think about the TDM version. It's definitely a lot of fun, but there are some problems here and there. So moving on to the Conquest version, this was something that I was really not all that excited about, just because it seemed way too big to have fun as an infantry player. But it turns out it's actually a pretty decent map. I actually enjoyed my time playing it because a lot of the infantry combat is focused on that center island, and then if you end up capturing that and it kind of slows down, you can make your way towards another objective, and by the time you capture it, you can usually go back to the island and find some more action. So it's definitely not the fastest game mode and the most action-packed map that you're gonna find, but it's still very enjoyable, and it's an awesome sniping map if you want to get those headshots. So that's a really enjoyable thing I like about it, and typically when I was actually playing this map on Conquest, I really wouldn't worry about winning the game too much. I know it's a horrible thing to do, but I really was not trying to actively capture all the objectives, because sometimes you would have to run like 500 meters to go capture an objective and there would be no one there. So that's not really all that enjoyable to do, and I try and focus on having that kind of mix between having fun but also helping my team win. So I was mostly just focused on those center objectives, and then I would support my team as they would capture other objectives. But that's just kind of how I like to play, and overall this was a pretty enjoyable experience. If you're someone who likes to tank or fly helicopters or do those types of things, you're going to feel right at home here. So finally, we have the Rush version of Dragon Valley, and this is one of my favorite game modes on Dragon Valley, and I think it's actually one of my favorite Rush maps in general. It's really just an awesome design, and it actually didn't have Rush in the original Battlefield 2, which is kind of a cool thing that they were able to put it in, and for it to work so incredibly well being designed for just Conquest. So the big thing that I really enjoy about this is that there are 5 different MCOM sets, and that's just kind of insane. It takes a very long time for your entire team to push up on all those objectives, get them armed, and then try and defend them. So it's really a much longer experience than normal rush games, but I have to say it is so much more fun than a lot of the normal maps. And I think the big thing about this is that they put a lot of thought into where to put the MCOMs and balancing on all those types of things. And overall, it's just one of my favorite rush maps. I really can't speak more about how much I enjoy this map. And I would say that's pretty much my favorite part of this entire DLC. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. And I know a lot of you guys who are on PS3 and Xbox 360 didn't get a chance to play this, but hopefully you might get like upgraded this holiday season to next gen or a PC, and then you'll be able to play this and of course all the other bajillion games that are coming out on next gen. But if you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like down below. If you guys do have any comments, be sure to leave those down in the comments section. Subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, stay buttery.